Well, I first got the script from the producer, Michael Ponton, and I was just immediately drawn to the story of Paddo and Nuck's story, really, immediately. A man that has to choose between his brother and his father, and the Shakespearean elements that came out of that. It's set within a bikie club, you know. So what drew me to it initially was that it was a real character-driven film, and I thought that was really important, something I really wanted to explore.
Yeah. The idea for me, always from a screenwriting point of view, was to put, explore these people in this very, very, I guess, hardcore sort of environment, but they still have the same capacities to love and to hope and to, they're normal people. They're just in a very different sort of environment. So, as far as inhibiting the characters, I mean, I don't know too many of these people myself. So, as an actor, you make assumptions, and these characters are, pretty hardcore sort of people. So it was a bit of a license to go and go as far as we wanted to go with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely what drew me to the story as well, was just seeing the humanity behind these characters. Strong male characters, but even stronger female characters as well. And setting them in this really visceral and violent and mysterious world, and exploring that, and bringing that on the screen.
For me, I think that's what stands out about the film, the fact that these, in a world that you might not expect it, these themes of love and family and just softer issues, so it very much humanises the characters. And I mean, the way we inhabited them, these guys both, collectively set up an environment where we were all able to throw ideas at each other. And, Maddie, having the writer on set and being able to sort of come up and workshop ideas actively in the moment while you're shooting, it's pretty incredible. Yeah. And the rehearsal period beforehand with Steve was really valuable, man. It's a week. We meet these characters at a certain stage in their history, and we had to sort of really fill in the backstory behind that, so that when you meet them, it was rich and it was textural.
The process throughout the entire film on every aspect was to make it feel as authentic and real as possible. So all the physical violence and the actors were very brave with this, was pretty real, and we just captured it. So yeah, that was sort of the mandate from the get-go.
Matt beat the hell out of me.
The actors all went there, but that was something that we didn't want to compromise on.
Yeah, look, I think that as far as the violence towards that type of violence does exist in those clubs, and there is a code, and there is a conduct that is required if you're the leader, and if people fall in a hierarchical sense below. So that's the way it is. So we had to show it, represented as it is in reality. So we had some people who were part of the production that were from that world, and so we lent on them quite a bit for realism and as also vernacular. So we're not from that world, so as actors we relied on that. But it is violent in some parts, but it's not gratuitous, I don't think, in any way. It's just the way we try to represent these people.
Yeah, we're not certainly not trying to glorify violence. It's just a means to an end.
But it is, it is meant to be in the face.
The first pitch that Steve ever, when I first read the pitch document for this film, it said, I want this to be a cinematic kick in the teeth. And that was the first line of the sort of pitch document. And I remember that standing out so strong, and it's it's pulling no punches, And I think something else you said that was interesting is, this could be very easily princes and kings and queens. And, in a medieval world where there's all violence and betrayal in order to up rank and things like that, we're very much exploring that sort of world as well.